Hubin is on a date with Bomi. Who will wreck it, his enemies or himself? Let's find out in episode 4 of Viral Hit. How's it? I'm Evie and welcome to After the Episode. From epic action to moving moments, I recap the best K-dramas for you, so subscribe if that's your vibe. Let's tuck in. Hubin desperately wants to impress Bomi. In a moment of madness, he lies to her about being good friends with the charismatic Moonsung to make himself look a lot cooler than he actually is. "We're classmates," Moonsung says to Bomi thoughtfully. "So, yes, I guess we are friends."
What?
Hubin is dumbfounded. Not only have they never spoken, but it's also entirely possible that Moonsung has no idea what Hubin's name is. As it turns out, Moonsung is a pretty chill guy. He compliments Hubin on his YouTube channel and good-naturedly points out that they're wearing the same jacket.
Wow, you two are practically twins.
Though a little embarrassed to admit it, Hubin is delighted that Moonsung considers him a friend. Unfortunately, Hubin's insecurity quickly returns when he imagines what other people must think of the three of them walking down the street together. Obviously, Moonsung and Bomi are the more aesthetically pleasing couple and he's the third wheel. Feeling exceptionally self-conscious, Hubin concocts a bizarre story to leave them. He informs Bomi and Moonsung that he has a date with an ingrown toenail.
Ugh.
As Hubin limps away, Snapper hisses from across the road.
You really are God's perfect idiot, aren't you?
Snapper happened to be in the neighborhood, spotted Hubin and began live-streaming the encounter. Roughly grabbing Hubin, Snapper expresses his frustration for the fumbled date. "Personally, I can't get over the toenail excuse, and neither can the chat."
Bruh.
Hubin frees himself from Snapper's grasp and explains that compared to Moonsung, he may as well be a twisted, ingrown toenail. As for him and Bomi, they live in completely different realities. Snapper muses that romance is the world's oldest competition, a daring tournament where the rivals duke it out for the affection of a beautiful maiden. It's astonishing, therefore, that Hubin is so quick to throw in the towel, even if his opponent is a hunk.
That's it. You just roll over, show your belly every time somebody snarls.
Hubin mumbles that you can't lose if you don't play, which causes Snapper to seize him by the collar and chastise him for having the mindset of a quitter. At his wit's end, Snapper poses the simple question: why would someone who's not interested ask you out on a date and buy you stuff? It's plain as day that Bomi is into Hubin, and her crestfallen face when he toenailed it out of there is further proof. At last, Hubin is convinced and gives Snapper a tearful hug, thanking him for the encouragement. Snapper waves away his gratitude. After all, he's merely looking out for his friend. As Hubin confidently struts towards Bomi, determined to declare his feelings, Snapper turns on the live stream. This one is titled, "I Confessed My Love to a Friend and Got Rejected."
Damn!
Snapper sprints after Hubin, but something alarming stops him in his tracks. Hubin rejoins Bomi and Moonsung, who inquire about the condition of his ingrown toenail. When Moonsung politely offers to yank it out, Hubin insists that he's quite recovered. Moonsung shrugs and gets up to leave for martial arts practice. He has a match in a week's time and he has to prepare, so no more strawberry parfaits for him for a while. Realizing that Moonsung isn't trying to get with Bomi, Hubin kicks himself for retreating from the game like a scared puppy when he had no rival to contend with at all. In fact, Moonsung is looking forward to his next YouTube upload. Before departing, Moonsung tells Hubin that he's a good fighter. The technique he demonstrated in the last livestream of leaning into the punch to reduce the impact is advanced, though curiously, Hubin stopped the fight before deploying the next move. In reality, Hubin hasn't gotten to that video yet. Clearly, Hubin is not the only one who follows the teachings of a mysterious chicken named Samdak. Alone at last, Hubin and Bomi sit together on a park bench. Head down, palms sweaty, he nervously asks about what she looks for in a guy. When Bomi describes her ideal partner as someone who's honest, Hubin wouldn't mind proclaiming from the rooftops that she's the perfect girl for him, except for the matter of the eavesdropper in their midst. With a hard tug, Hubin pulls Snapper out of a hedge and immediately lays into him for being a sneaky opportunist who would livestream such a private moment. One look at Snapper's face, however, leaves Hubin stunned. he's been badly beaten. Out of nowhere, a kick sends Snapper flying. Pakgo has arrived and he's come for revenge. First, he berates Bomi for not showing interest in him, then insults her with foul language.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Hubin urges Bomi to leave so that he can deal with Pakgo. Scared to lose again, taunts Hubin.
You bald-headed demon.
Furious, Pakgo jabs at Hubin, who leans into it to reduce the force. Unfortunately, Pakgo was expecting that little trick and changes the jab to a devastating uppercut. Hubin gained fame and fortune from YouTube so rapidly that he became complacent. With one uppercut, Hubin is back to being a loser. He really ought to have watched another video from his chicken mentor. Utterly humiliated, Hubin's sole concern now is ensuring Bomi's safety. He drops to his knees, pleading for forgiveness as Bomi screams in the background for Pakgo to stop hurting Hubin. Doubting the sincerity of the apology, Pakgo demands a further display of repentance, dropping his trousers in front of them all, including Pakgo's stream. Snapper, who's wounded and being forced to record Pakgo's stream, can do nothing to help, so Bomi takes matters into her own hands. The ringing slap she gives Pakgo is fantastic. Oh! Talk about Bomi the Brave. Enraged, Pakgo orders Snapper to end the stream because he's not daft enough to record what he's planning to do to Bomi. Full of self-loathing, Hubin does the one thing he can to protect his girl. In a final act of resistance, Hubin slowly lowers his trousers. Pakgo begins to panic. He didn't anticipate that Hubin would actually go through with it. Explicit content of this nature will get his channel permanently banned.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Hubin is about to bear all when suddenly Munsung appears to cover him up.
On your left.
Having seen Pakgo's stream, Munsung came as soon as he could. The first to feel his fury are the goons holding Bomi. He obliterates them. When it's his turn to face Munsung, Pakgo tries to blame the audience for putting him up to it. In response, Munsung knocks him out with one punch.
Fatality.
Despite Bomi's protest to stay with Hubin, Munsung leads her away because he can tell that Hubin wants to be by himself. Munsung is such a good friend to them both. Yet, Hubin's not alone. The girl in the yellow track top, who's been watching the events unfold from behind a tree, weeps for Hubin. Wallowing in misery, Hubin wonders when he became so pathetic. Was it when his father left? No, even back then he was a hopeful person. It was when he met Pakgo, who beat him up regularly for no reason at all. Hubin began to dread going to school, scared to draw attention to himself or look people in the eye. As Hubin cries in the rain, Snapper stands beside him and apologizes once more. Weeks go by and Hubin is nowhere to be seen. Snapper wishes he could apologize again for what went down, but Hubin has been absent from school. Even Bomi failed to contact him. Hubin has a reason for his silence, however. Motivated by the desire to transform his life, Hubin uses his time to immerse himself in Samjak's training videos. The technique takes a month to master and is called How to Fight and Beat a Regular Person. Meanwhile, Pakgo is as unpleasant as ever, live streaming in class and doubling down on his bad behavior. He doesn't care what the trolls say, he streams for his true followers. The subject of today's stream is Snapper, who's wearing the clown makeup that Pakgo worked so hard to perfect. He dares Hubin to show up and save his friend, but Snapper begs him to stay home. To everyone's amazement, Hubin has shown up. Tossing his phone to Snapper to film the action, Hubin announces, "Viral hit, back with another video." Will the training pay off? Watch episode 5 in my viral hit playlist to find out. Go get him, Hubin!